Hey folks, Mike and McGee here. In today's video, I'm gonna take you through a debacle. This is a problem that I'm gonna have to deal with today because I was given some misinformation. If you are a follower of this channel and you enjoy clover and you watch my clover videos, you're gonna remember I have an epic, what I thought was an epic trial run. I had berseem clover, seed that came from Egypt that I bought from Minnesota. I bought it from the Albert Lee Seed Company. When I looked it up on their website, it said slightly more cold tolerant than crimson clover, but usually frost kills. In my mind, I'm thinking, how can this be? I've raised crimson clover for years. I've never had it frost kill. So if it's slightly more cold tolerant, we're good. It's not slightly more cold tolerant. It didn't die when we had 3 below 0. It died the first time we had a frost. I didn't come over and make a video about it because this is my deer place and I had deer I needed my boys to get a chance at tagging, which they did all the way up until yesterday. Yesterday was the final day of the season. So I'm here immediately. The berseem is dead. The red clover that I got from my brother-in-law that came from Alberta, Canada is still alive. But the berseem is completely dead. Now there's something green growing over there. And I didn't plant it. So I don't know if I don't really think that it came in the berseem bag because the berseem was very clean. I don't know, but whatever it is very cold tolerant. I'm not necessarily against it, but I don't want it to be competing with my crimson. I'm fixing to put crimson clover out today. I've been told that any month with the letter R in it is good for planting grasses and clovers. I've never planted in January before, but I'm going to try today. I'm planting this January the 16th. You're probably going to be watching it on the 26th. I've never done it before. I don't know how it's going to work. The only way I know for you to know if it works is to stick with us for the next few months, and I'm going to be showing you what happens. But for this video today, we're just going to get in here and get this planted. Now, as you see, I've got my disc on. It's a bog disc. This ground is not very dry, but it's supposed to start raining here in about 2 hours, and it's not supposed to stop for quite a while. So getting in this field and disking it fairly lightly, although it is a heavy bog disc, I'm not going to set it all the way deep. But I do want to terminate this crop of whatever it is out here. And in so doing, I'm going to be turning it. It's going to be muddy, little clods. This rain's going to take care of that pretty much. But also, being in the January, we've got all the rest of January and February and March for the freezes to hit and break those clods apart. So I feel like I'm not going to hurt my field by getting in here. I wouldn't use a tiller in this situation, but a disc just to break it up and expose that soil to this seed. It's got to be done. Now let's get in here and get it done. That didn't take too long. It's a little messy. I would say, I don't know, 60–80% of soil types would not work to get in this wet. It's where you got to know your soil type. Farmers that have a clay, more clay, maybe black gumbo, different kinds of soils out there, even a red clay. You're probably screaming at me right now, but never mind. This here, I'll show you. It worked up. It's still fairly beautiful, fluffy. It's fine. The trick is, do not drive back over it. Once you disc it, do not drive back over it. Stay out of it. Now, we're going to sow it down. We're going to put this crimson clover in here. If you're new to this program of what I'm doing, I'm allowing this clover to make nitrogen in my soil. This field right here had corn that never had to be fertilized because the crimson clover did such a powerful job creating that nitrogen. The field back behind you, I'll pan around. back in there. It's got crimson clover now, and you see it's doing good. But last year I had to really heavily fertilize that field for lack of nitrogen. As of right now, we're not sure what nitrogen prices are going to be like or availability for this coming spring and summer. So I preached it, and I preached it hard, but I know every time I put a video out, I get new viewers that have never seen my work at all. They don't know what I'm doing. That's what we're doing. We're making nitrogen. The Berseem clover was supposed to create a little bit more nitrogen than crimson, and that's why I entered into this test. And being that I was getting conflicting information, there's only one way to find out. Bite the bullet and do it. So I don't know if it's going to cost me in the long run. I'm going to put this out now. We're going to see how it comes up, how it grows. I'll give you some updates, but let's get out here and plant it real quick. I don't have to pack it. I don't have to disc it back under. All I got to do is get it out there. One reason I was wanting to get this worked up like this is to sort of hide the seed from the turkeys, because they can literally, they've got all day. They can stand there and eat your seed all day long. While I'm sowing this clover, I'm gonna play a song by the Daltons. They gave me permission to use any of their songs on my videos. This is nothing to be compared to the land that we're going to.
Land of love, I'm going. From sorrow and pain, I'll be set free. Come take my hand and walk this road with me to eternity. Sorrow and pain, I've been set free. Come take my hand and walk this road with me to eternity in the land of love.
If you're interested in having a really nice, quality, durable seed planter, it's a Cyclone seeder. Solo makes a great one. I'll try to remember to put this in the description where you can get you one. They are super extraordinarily awesome. So here's what we're shooting for right here. We're going for crimson clover. I'm not going to make the Berseem mistake again, because I need my clover growing in cold weather and in the very early spring. And right now, that stuff is sending down roots, getting into that soil. It's pulling nitrogen out of the air. Did you know that this air you're breathing, that I'm breathing in, is 78% nitrogen? All we got to do is make use of it, and that's what we're doing here. We're making use of that nitrogen, trying to fix it into our soil. Something I learned last year: if you take it when it's in full bloom and you mow it down, plow it under, you get so much more nitrogen into your soil than if you graze it off and then plow it or till it or plant no-till, whatever you want to do. You need that foliage. That's something I didn't realize until last year. Made a difference like I've never seen in my life. Hope you enjoyed the video. Oh, I wanted to show you something. I found this out there on that side of the property where the Berseem was. We had a few rows of potatoes. I'm sure if you watch this channel long, you know. I disked this up a while ago. It's still just as fresh as it can be. So that shows you right there. Potato storage can be done underground, right in the wet dirt. Doesn't hurt it a bit. Matter of fact, these are much crisper and fresher than the ones we dug and put in our cellar. So there's that. That's all we've got for you today. We hope you have a great day. We'll see you on the next video.